Hey family, welcome to day number 2 of our 21 days of prayer and fast. Hey family, we're in day number 2 and I'm looking forward to hearing your testimonies. I'm looking forward to hearing your stories about how God is beginning to work in your life and in the life of the people connected to you through our time in prayer and fasting. But let's jump into our passage for today. Our focus passage is Romans chapter 12 and verse number 1, where the Bible says this. Paul's talking and he says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you submit your lives, submit your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Our prayer focus today is simply this: surrendering to God. Surrendering to God. When Paul penned this letter, he begins by helping them to see that in light of the mercies, in light of what God has already done in their life, that the least they could do is to submit their bodies as a living sacrifice or surrender themselves to God. That term surrender, that term submit, comes from a Greek term that means to stop resisting or to submit to the authority of someone. And what Paul is encouraging us to do is stop resisting what God is trying to do in our life. Go ahead and let God have complete control and submit to his authority. He says this is the least that we can do in light of all that we've done. I know that 2020 was rough, but the mere fact we can tell the story about it is enough for us to say God has been good. Enough to say that God has extended his mercies to us. And in light of that, we ought to surrender to him today so that we can continue to walk in the path that he's called us in being everything that he's called for us to be. May God bless you today as you begin to pray.